Our legal analyst, Irv Miller, joins us now. And Irv, an extraordinary day in court. When we heard there from Trump's attorney, we also heard from him. What are you gleaning about his strategy going forward? And any thoughts as a former defense attorney and prosecutor on what they're doing? Well,
they're trying to formulate a defense, but unfortunately for them, it's not a legal defense. You can't go in front of a jury and say this is a political trial. It's not going to work. Judge isn't going to instruct the jury that that's a legitimate defense, so there's not going to be a not guilty form for that particular defense. What they're trying to do is to say eventually to the jury, who are listening to this right now, the jurors, you can avoid the facts, you can avoid the law, you're the juror, you can do whatever you want to do.
Others say it's a First Amendment case, or he was listening to his advisors. We're hearing some of the defenses that might be used.
Well, that is what they're saying, but the problem is their acts in furtherance of these conspiracies. It's one thing to talk to somebody and just have a conversation. It's another thing to plan out election interference or plan out getting fake electors. That's going beyond First Amendment speech. That's going towards fraud and a conspiracy.
There seems to be some indication they would, in some ways, relitigate some of those issues about the election. Do you think the judge is going to even let that happen?
Well, that's a very interesting question, because you don't know what the judge's strategy is. This judge is going to go up there and try to figure out, let's see, am I going to let them get into a lot of stuff, or am I going to confine the evidence to just the four corners of the indictment? It'll be interesting to see what she does at the time of the trial, when the prosecutor starts objecting to some of these things, whether or not she sustains the objection or says overruled.
Just a few seconds left here, Irv, but the timing, you don't think this happens before the election next year. Others think it will. Is this unilaterally up to the judge? The judge sets the date, ready or not, here we go?
The judge does, but one thing you have to remember, you don't want to have a trial where the defense is not prepared and there's a conviction, goes up to the appellate court, and it's reversed because you violated the defendant's rights by going too quickly.
All right. Irv, as always, thank you for your analysis.
Much more coverage of today's arraignment of former President Trump on the CBS Evening News. That's coming up right after the CBS 2 News at 5.